The date is June 13th, 2017. Just 3 months and 10 days after the official release of the Switch, a new innovative console. A teaser trailer of a new game in the Metroid franchise gets shown off during E3. Everyone is hyped.
What is this?
What is this?
What am I looking at?
I don't know. What is this?
What is this number 4?
Space.
Space?
This has to be what I'm thinking it is.
Is this Metroid?
Whoa! Is this Metroid?
Oh, I swear to God, is this a Metroid?
Please, please, I heard that music. Please, please tell me it's Metroid Prime 4.
Metroid!
Metroid.
Metroid! Metroid Prime 4? Yes! It's
Oh my God! Oh my God! Yes! Yes!
Oh! 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 No way, man! No way!
November 14th, 2018. A massive update comes to Nintendo Switch Online. I'm just kidding. I can't even lie to you. They added 3 games to Nintendo Switch Online membership: Mighty Bomb Jack, Twin Bee, and of course the original Metroid. Meaning the first Metroid game to officially come to the Switch is the first Metroid to ever come out back in 1986. A good game at the time, but playing it now definitely did not age well. Metroid fans are already having a tough time. A year and a half into the Switch life, Zelda has Breath of the Wild, Mario has Mario Odyssey, and Metroid has... yeah. In 2018, Super Smash Ultimate is planning to come out in December and take over my life for 4 years, whether for better or for worse. 6 months prior to the release date, during E3, Nintendo reveals the second most known character in the Metroid series is making his way to Smash as a playable character. A monumental moment for both Smash and Metroid fans alike. Ridley has been a highly requested character for Smash since Super Smash Bros. Brawl on the Wii, when he was just a boss battle and people would claim he secretly was in the game. Masahiro Sakurai would state during the Brawl and the Wii U era that Ridley was too big to be a playable character in Smash Bros. Series, which is why in the trailer it says Ridley hits the big time. Then he would go on to be forgotten and never used in the game. For real though, did anyone main Ridley? I don't know what that says about us as a fan group, but oh well, I like dragging people across the floor with him. Later they announced Dark Samus getting a slot in the roster, but as an echo, meaning it's a clone of Samus with a few things changed to make it kind of feel like a new character. Dark Samus moving more creepy and flexible and a couple cosmetic changes, but nothing else. Nonetheless, another character in the Smash series gets added. A year, 6 months, and 12 days from the original announcement of Metroid 4, Takahashi gives dreadful information on YouTube about Metroid Prime 4, and how it's not turning out how they wanted it to be, and they will need to restart development from the ground up again. Rumors supposedly say that the original team that worked on Metroid Prime 4 was Bandai Namco Studios. Which, if this is true, damn Bandai, what were you guys making that made Nintendo want to scrap it and give it to another studio? Bandai, you guys are goats, and you could not make a game about a slim blonde girl beating up aliens in space? That concept writes itself! Takahashi goes on to say that they're giving back the game to the original company that made the first 3 games in the Prime series, Retro Studios. Also known as that company that made the best platformer of all time, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Why were they not handling this game from the very beginning? I don't know. Especially when you look at Retro Studios' track record, and prior to some remakes and releases that I will mention later on, Retro Studios' last game to come out was Tropical Freeze back in 2014. Which implies for a little more than 5 years they were doing nothing but staring at a wall. 5 years is long enough to have another game be developed and come out. Rumors claim they had something cooking, but no concrete evidence. Nonetheless, Retro Studios has their baby back, and the game developers can finally feed their families again. Things are looking shaky for the Metroid fans. Nothing of real value has yet to step foot on the Switch. A glimmer of hope though. September 2019, Super Metroid drops on the Switch Online. Finally, Metroid fans can have something to call their own. It's a great game in the Metroid franchise, which is just the beginning. Metroid fans didn't know at the time, but they are in for a wild ride. Unfortunately, we still had to wait a few years, but in the meantime... Dread. A game that was years in the making, and it was finally here. Metroid Dread was scrapped twice prior to arriving on the Switch. Seems like this is a common thing in the franchise. First on the DS, then on the 3DS, but both fell through. Rumors about this game were always popping up until finally the first official trailer of Metroid Dread is released. And then on October 8th, 2021, it arrives. Selling a little over 3 million copies and becoming the most sold Metroid game in history. Just barely sliding past the first Metroid Prime game. This is a huge moment for Metroid, because it is notoriously known that Metroid is one of Nintendo's underperforming franchises. To put in perspective, Pikmin 4 sold more than Metroid Dread. Bruh. Dread goes on to win Best Action Adventure Game at the Game Awards over games like Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart and Resident Evil Village, and even nominated for Game of the Year. A great year for the Metroid fans, but it's only getting better. But they just had to wait a little longer. 2023. Before this year, Metroid fans should be happy. A hiccup at the beginning of the Switch life, but Ridley and Dark Samus and Smash, the original Metroid on Nintendo Online, and a new great game in the Metroid franchise. But Nintendo said, hold my beer. They start the year off with Metroid 2, adding it to the online membership. A decent game by all means, and was a step in the right direction. However, gets heavily outshined by the game Shadow dropped in the same month. A remaster of the original Metroid Prime, one of the best GameCube games ever made. People were speculating a trilogy pack of the first 3 Prime games to prepare people for Prime 4, but instead the second most sold game gets remastered. Old and new fans get to experience this incredible game again. Better graphics and quality of life gameplay, all made by the wonderful team Retro Studio. Selling over 1 million copies and getting even more fans on board the Space Lady hype ship. People even wanting it to be Game of the Year. Samus at this point is more popular than ever. Then another month goes by and they release my favorite game on the Nintendo Online membership, Metroid Fusion, the only one I still own to this day, being the game that introduced me to her. I don't even know how I got this game. I swear as a kid it just fell from the sky into my lap and I've loved it since. A solid add to an already incredible lineup. The fans are loving it and cannot get enough. Nintendo is showing so much love to this underappreciated franchise. One final gem gets added to online, Metroid Zero Mission, a remake on the first Metroid game. At this point, almost every great Metroid game is on the Switch one way or another. With all these amazing games on the Switch, what else can Nintendo do? They could never talk about Metroid on this console again, and no one would ever complain. June 18th, 2024. Nintendo releases a Direct, and at this point the Switch is on the back end of its life. The Direct shows off what is coming to the Switch. Decent games, some better than others. There is less than 2 minutes left on the Direct. Takahashi says there is one more announcement. Metroid Prime 4. At this point, Metroid Prime 4 was not talked about since it was scrapped and started again. And here it is, for the first time we see it. It isn't just a logo, it is actual gameplay, and it looks literally out of this world. The incredible music, spectacular graphics, and showing off the main boss Psylocke, who has been years in the making, this game is looking like it's going to be the best Metroid yet. As of now, this trailer is all we know about this game, saying it's coming in 2025. We just have to wait and see. Nonetheless, Metroid Prime 4 is coming, and what a fantastic life Samus had on the Switch. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please smash like, and every day is our day.